All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Um, oh, 1 second here. There we go. We're back. With that, having a couple difficulties here, but I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Yes, the first little bit is me just laughing at myself and laughing at all the things that I need to work on. So today, what have you been studying? What have you been reading? Because I really want to know. I really want to learn. I really want to hear what you guys have been reading. For me, what I've actively active B actively been learning, actively been studying is mental health, how to become a better leader, and the art of negotiation. Chris Voss has a wonderful book out. Don't split the difference. I've started reading a little bit of it. Wonderful book. Limitless is an amazing book. The what is it? The Power of Positive Leadership is another fantastic book that I'm reading, along with Your Brain is Always Listening. So I'm working on a few different books, but all with a similar premise. Mental health is rather important. Being a leader is something that shouldn't be scary, but if you're able to be positive about it, be a positive leader and uplift those that you're working with, they're more inclined to work with you longer or um, help you out when you need either help with a team lift or I know I'm making myself scatterbrained here. I do apologize, but all these books are business related. That's something that I do enjoy a lot of is learning business, learning investing, cryptocurrencies, and applying it all. You don't genuine you don't genuinely learn something until you apply it. Once you apply it, it sticks with you. Your brain creates these different paths so that the next time you need to recall it, you're able to. It's there. And reading Your Brain is Always Listening, it's really helping me understand mental health. It's helping me um, understand what I need to work on so that I can, well, not necessarily be happier, but be more efficient, uh, be able to open my mind to different things and not be so judgmental or, what's the word? Quick to criticize. And just be calm, just be relaxed, be genuine. These videos, well, my interactions with people and creating these lives and the videos that I make, I try to be as genuine as I can. Now, there are days where I'm stressed and you can see it. There's days like today that I'm nervous or that I'm struggling with something and I don't want to show my face or I don't want to come on live because come on to these uh, live sessions because there's something in the back of my mind creating that fear. Today, I'm trying something new with my camera, and I just found out that it is a much wider lens than I had anticipated. But you learn something new. You have some technical difficulties with your music, with your mic setup, whatever. If you're able to fix it, for me, if you can fix it during a live, that's an achievement. It's not so much a failure. In our schools, they teach us heavily that failure is bad. They teach us that if you fail, you're not going to succeed. Where in real life, if you fail, you learn. If you fail, you end up succeeding. Thomas Edison, he failed 1,000 times. All right, the 1,001st time, he created the light bulb. It took Ninja, the gamer Ninja, to reach however many views he has, making $1 million a year. It took him, I think it was 2.5 years to be an overnight success. It took Mr. Beast about the same amount of time to do the same thing. Now, everyone that you talk to, everyone that I talk to, that I listen to, I go into their history. I go into where they grew up, what their skills were, what they accomplished, what their hardships were, just to understand them. A lot of them, like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or Dwayne Johnson, excuse me, Joseph McClendon III, Tony Robbins, they all share a short segment of what they experienced, or a short portion of what they experienced with everyone through their conference talks, their interviews, stuff like that. You listen to those. When I listen to them, I think, that's very similar to me. That's kind of where I'm at. And here's the difference. They pushed at that time. Right now, I'm slowly pushing, which I should just jump. I should take a leap. I shouldn't be sitting back as often as I am. Something I need to write down. But it's starting your life. It's opening a new chapter, closing one and opening a new one. That's something that within the coming weeks I will have to do. It depends on a few things. I know right now on all my platforms there's like no one, barely any viewers. I get one or two, but those that watch this afterwards I do appreciate. It doesn't matter if you watch this live. It doesn't matter if you join in. It doesn't matter if you're in the comments or anything like that. If you're watching this, thank you. I do appreciate it. And I hope to see you sometime on live. But what I have to do is take a leap. I have to jump. I have to do something to better myself. The end of the last 100-day challenge proved to me that within 100 days, I can change a lot about myself. This next 100 days, we're going to do it together. This week so far has been about business, enunciation, getting down to the nitty gritty. And well, today what I was hoping to share was all that I've learned through the few books that I've read, which I'd like to say, and I'm fairly proud of, this is the first year that I've completed. So I got to count it real quick. I've read through and completed 7 books, front to back, within 3 months. Before that, it was maybe a book a month. So a lot of people don't know this about me. I grew up with dyslexia. I grew up with a speech impediment where I would stutter, where I couldn't speak. I actually didn't start speaking until I was about 6. For all those that didn't know. Again, I grew up not speaking for the first 6 years of my life. And when I turned 7, In school, I still wasn't speaking. I was. Everyone thought that I was mute, and so 7 years old, I was in speech therapy class. I went there for 2, 3 years to work on speaking. Now my enunciation was the worst. My reading wasn't the best. But here's the thing: I love to read. When I was a kid, I would read. So I read through the Leave and Thump series. I've read through. Wow, when I was a kid, I read a lot. So from the time I was 8 to about 12, I probably read close to 100 books or more. Because I would just sit and read. I'd read through it 3, 4 hours a day, work on homework, then I'd get back to reading. And I just loved those stories. I loved fantasy, science fiction, fantasy, where you'd go on an adventure, you'd fight these make believe monsters. And I just loved those stories because it was like I was going on that adventure with them. I was being taken to this area that I've never been. And I always enjoyed reading those books. Those books, excuse me. In school, I was bullied for a little bit, but well, now I'm me. Growing up, while I was reading, I was hanging out with a lot of introverts. So, and my family, I would say a good 50% of them, 50 to 55%, are introverted. They're not willing to go and talk to public. They're not willing to go out into public and talk to people. They are more willing to sit back, read a book, relax. So that's what I grew up with. Getting into sales, getting into uh, the time I lived out in Japan, I loved and enjoyed talking to people. I still do. And talking to people just opens me up. It opens up a new channel, new chapter each time I talk to them. Because there is so much I can learn from one person. There is so much insight they have. They have their experiences they can share with me. And I love it. So to say that I'll say this because I've said it numerous times. I am extroverted, but with an introverted mindset, meaning that I want to talk to people, but at the same time, I don't want to because I have my self doubts. Don't, I don't know. I have this mindset of I want to talk to this person, and I also have the thought, no, you don't need to. You don't want to disrupt them or bother them or whatever. So for me to get out, speak to people, it's something I love. Doing these live videos, teaching is something that I am working on. I'm trying to perfect it. I am failing along the way, yes, every day. But I do enjoy it. Being in sales, I was able to help and teach people. I was able to read various books and improve my teaching skills. Now it's all about applying everything that I've learned and applying everything. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Applying all those skills that I've developed over the years. The one thing I need to work on is not closing my eyes for a long period of time because I can feel I'm doing it now. The books that I read about mental health, becoming a better leader, um, becoming wiser with your finances. Robert Kiyosaki has some amazing books out: Rich Dad Poor Dad, Cash Flow Quadrant, and a couple others that help understand finances, the importance of them. The other books that again I've been working on are Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil, Joseph McClendon's Dare to Be Magnificent. Again, it's mental health and business. Those are the topics that I find fascinating now. Because right now I'm on that journey. So when I was a kid, I read about fantasy, fictitious novels, some amazing books. We have amazing authors out there right now that are writing some fantastic books. And right now, I'm living that adventure. In a sense, obviously, I'm not going to go out and find a dragon somewhere, but I'm living it to the extent of making my own path, making my next chapter. With business, you don't know what you're going to come across. I've had people succeed, I've had people fail at e-commerce and drop shipping, and here's the best part: they have shared with me their failures. So I understand what the failures are, I understand a way to get around them, and I know how to change it up so that if I do end up failing, I'll still learn from it. There's so much we can learn from books, from people around us, that if we don't take advantage of that, what are we doing? We have people, we have coworkers, we have friends, family members with a lifetime. And that lifetime could be 26 years, 50 years, 70. They have a lifetime's worth of knowledge. There is a saying that Tony Robbins says in almost, if not every seminar he hosts. That's turning decades of knowledge, or what is it, decades to days. He's trying to take decades worth of knowledge and cram it into a short amount of time. The amazing thing about this is that every seminar you go to, he pumps everyone up. Everyone's excited, everyone's there. But what happens over time? You have people that drop off. He does a very good he does a well drawn out graph is what I'm trying to say. He does a well drawn out graph that shows the amount of people that will lose interest, that'll stop, that will just put this all on the back burner and not continue. So when I say it is of the utmost importance that when you're motivated, that when you're inspired, you go and do the thing that you're inspired to do, motivated to do, you do it. There is no two ways around it. If you have to jump, jump. The only time, I'm trying to think of this. The only time that I regret not jumping was 4 years ago. I had come back from Japan. I was able to speak, read, and write Japanese. A little bit better than I am now, but not too much different. I was scouted out by a company, FCI Multiple Services, and they offered me a translating contract. So for 2 years, I would translate whatever assignments they had. There were a couple of times that they had sent me documents that I could translate, and it took me maybe 30 minutes to an hour to translate those medical or business documents. And I loved it. That was a passion of mine. Well, 2 years later, that contract ended. I didn't renew it. At the time, I was working at a lumberyard. Now, here's the thing. Being in the building industry, if you're just starting, is a fantastic starting position, because you can work your way up. But if you have certain skills like translating, speaking, public teaching, the art of negotiation, if you have a desire to go out and do something that is better than what you're currently doing, that you feel will change the world, write it down. Write down the goals, write down your conviction. The reason I say write it down is so that your brain can create those new paths so you can recall it. Another great thing to do is put a certain smell to it. Keep this all positive. As you're writing it down, have a certain candle burning, something that'll spark your mind once you have that smell. Oh, hey, this is what I'm working towards. This is my goal. This is my inspiration. This is why I was motivated to do this. And go out and do it. The important thing is to really enjoy and learn as much as you can. Going back to what I was saying about being in the building industry, it's great to learn sales. If you have the opportunity to go and learn how to sell lumber to contractors, sell a hammer to a contractor, and you can do that with 100 to 200 contractors, move on. You have that skill. Do not get stuck. Currently, I finally woke up. Yeah, yesterday was a calling card for me. It was a call to wake up, call to action. And I've been with this one company for far too long. Wonderful company, don't get me wrong. But I've learned as much as they're willing to teach. I've learned all the skills that I need. I know sales, I know purchasing, receiving, all the duties that they have for that you need to run a lumberyard. Management, leadership. Now it's time for me to apply it in my own life and to go and do something more with my life. That's why I say within these next couple of weeks it's going to be a little bit of a struggle because I'll be pushing myself. I am finally going to crack down my comfort zone that I've sadly built up around myself and actually do something. So, beginning of this year, not beginning of this year, beginning of June, end of June possibly, when I started my first 100-day challenge, for those that followed, I was slowly working at my comfort zone, breaking it down. At day 100, that comfort zone kind of came back, and I'm just now realizing that. I'm not pushing myself enough. And today, as I was logging on, I saw a few people that were online, and I got nervous. So today and yesterday, again, it's kind of like a wake-up call. Hey, there's something more going on. Hey, you got to change this. You got to work on this. I can't give up on what my dreams are, what my goals are, just because I'm in that comfort zone. So right now, this might seem a little jumbled because I wanted to share about reading, about what I'm actively studying and learning and applying in my life. Now it's become me yawning every 5 minutes. It's become a realization that there's a lot more that I should be doing that I'm not. So thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Anyone that's watching this after I do this live, thank you. I do go live every Monday through Sunday, or Sunday through Monday. Wow, how do you say that? Sunday through Saturday. Through the weekday. Wow, I cannot speak. Oh, this is all live too. So thank you guys. But I cannot speak apparently. Monday is 1:30. Tuesday as well as 1:30. Wednesday is the one where we start a little later at 2. Thursdays I stream at 1:30 again. Fridays are 1:30, and the weekends are a little busy. 2:30 I'll be streaming on here, and then again at 6:30 for Mastering the Minds. Sunday I will also be streaming at around 5:36. 5:36 o'clock. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate this. Tomorrow, well, I know what I need to work on. I didn't fail because I learned something new today. You guys have a wonderful day. I will catch you tomorrow. Enjoy this weather. Enjoy everything that's going on in this life. Thank you guys again. Have a wonderful day. Okay. And yes, on Twitch I haven't set up hotkeys yet, so